there, it's Andrew with AndroidCentral.com, and we wanted to give you a look at Boulder Dash-XL, which is a little blast from the past. If you were maybe playing some video games in the 80s, you may know of the original Boulder Dash. And so a developer is paired up with the original developer of the Boulder Dash franchise to release an Android game that kind of pays a little bit of respect to the original and then builds upon that to give you a really fun gaming experience. And it's just been released in Google Play for $2.99, which is a great steal for a nice retro title. So of course they've gone with kind of a little retro interface with the scrolling lines going down and kind of the old interface elements, but everything's very simple. You get little sound controls and settings here, and then you can look at additional games from them and view your high scores for each person and all of that. So you can select one of these two little characters, and so they've included all different kinds of gameplays. So you have just your regular arcade mode, of course, but then you also have a score attack where you just go for high scores rather than the balance of completing the level and getting the high scores. You also have the puzzle mode where it comes up with a bunch of different levels that you just need to try and complete and not worry about the gems so much, and it involves a lot of moving around and kind of tinkering. Retro mode, which of course will throw you all the way back to a game very similar to the original, and then Zen mode, which will let you go through the games with no time limit or anything, just to figure out the levels. So we'll jump into arcade mode here just to give you a good feel for the game, and jump into a random level here. And while we wait, it gives you a nice little piece of information to help you out in the level. And so you're pretty much getting something that will be very familiar to you if you've played Boulder Dash before. So you have this robot and you're running through around all of these stones and things and different gems and all kinds of things. And of course, if you get stuck, then that's not a very good idea. So you should have to go back and restart. That was not a very good example. So the basic idea here is that you want to pick up the gems and not get trapped or crushed by any of the stones, which will follow gravity, of course. And so you can push the stones around, and you can see that the stones get held up if you don't break the tiles underneath. And then of course there are these little bugs and things that are trying to get you that will hurt you. And as soon as you reach a certain number, depending on the level, a certain number of gems, then the exit opens. And once we get to that point, we will see it. And as we play behind the camera, we're doing kind of a bad job here, but you know, it happens. And of course, so we've run out of time because we didn't collect the gems to open the gate and open the exit and get in there. So that's pretty much the basic premise of the arcade mode. It actually gets really challenging and fun, even when you're not playing behind a camera. But the graphics are all really cool, and it throws in a lot of additional little things, like you start getting this little grappling arm to push and pull stones from a distance away. And of course the controls in typical old school arcade fashion are super easy to figure out, as you pretty much just have the basic D-pad and one action button kind of format. And let's see if we can poke around a little bit more. Better than last time. Oh, and we get crushed by a stone. So that's your basic overview there, and there are, as you can see, dozens and dozens and dozens of levels available. And then also when you go into the 5 different game, or the additional 4 game modes, you have even more gameplay available to you. So it's a nice throwback game that if you've played Boulder Dash before will be really fun. And if you maybe weren't around to be playing video games in the 80s, then you'll have fun with a new experience of a throwback title as well. So that is Boulder Dash-XL, and it's available in the Play Store for $2.99.